Right, 161 to the flag. That's slope reading.
That's a slope reading, yeah.
7 iron down, 7 iron is the club. 2 1-overs. I know at the moment I'm losing on putting. I reckon I'm relatively even to slightly winning on driver.
Yeah, I would say.
I'm losing on chipping because I didn't get up and down against the field, and I'm definitely losing on putting.
Yeah.
Because I'm not hold any putts where I know the fielders hold some that distance.
Yeah.
What would you feel you're doing?
So I am.
Obviously, we've not.
I'm not winning in driving, but then I started to get it back. So hopefully, I will start to pick that up now.
At the moment, I reckon you've got slight gains in driving. I would guess.
You think so?
Yeah, because of the distance you're hitting it.
Okay.
Your approaches, you're definitely gaining.
So I'm not gaining on putting. I've had a
short game. You're gaining
2 putts
because that bunker shot basically.
I would say, but then I've not got up and down.
Yeah, but I reckon that overrides. But I reckon you're gaining a little bit
because I got up and down for birdie.
No, because you hit it to a foot from a bunker.
Right.
But it'd be interesting. Well, look, putting basically putting. As I do this more, you always lose. It's hard to win at putting.
Unless you keep missing lots of greens.
No.
Still losing. Even if you're like wedging out to, let's say, like 5 foot.
Well, you've got a better opportunity, I'm guessing, but you're still going to struggle to gain because if you're hitting lots of chips to 4 foot, everyone's holding them.
Yeah.
Right. Are you hitting this hard or what?
Yeah, I've got to. It's 161.
Hard set.
Just a drawy one if I can.
Yeah. Drawing it. He's overdrawn it. It depends if it catches the green and stop. Right into the sun. It's a decent shot.
Is that down?
Yeah, it's like landed over the bunker, so I don't know if it's going to stop or kick off.
So again, you trying to draw this in, or you?
No, I'm going to go straight for now.
So you're going to go straight at it.
Yeah.
So no concern of going at this pin.
Yeah, but I'm still going to go with it.
Okay. Straight at it. Oh, maybe just slightly left.
A little bit left. Hope it's
not
too long.
That's a good shot. That's pin high. That is.
Thank you.
That's a good shot.
All right, Dan just pitched, and a very good shot. I just pitched. I went for the more positive option, and it paid off. Even though I have now got the harder putt than if I hit the 7, but I'm still happy with the approach.
Yeah, and I think I'm seeing that better in that sun.
Yeah, I do. And that's like the most aggressive into the sun that we play, because it's obviously in the UK it doesn't get very high this time of year. So it's literally like you're playing at the sun, isn't it?
Yeah, and I can easily see your ball flying through there.
Yeah, I spoke to Titleist yesterday, like, send me more. They've just got a little bit of a demand at the moment going.
Yeah, I bet
I think people are enjoying them. Right, back to back, Dan. Get back to level.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? I feel like I'm stealing one here if I always get one here.
Yeah, this is a good hole to get a 2 on, isn't it? Break. Yes.
Got it.
Very good 2.
Thank you.
Well played. You did mine, didn't you?
We got you, yeah. So
you.
Big swing on this green, and I feel I had the advantage there over you.
Yeah, I liked your putt more than mine.
Yeah, this is now downhill off his left-hand side. Big swing. Yes, that's a good putt. That is a very good putt.
On here is fun, isn't it?
Kind of unheard of.
But you would definitely feel like you're gaining on field.
Oh, easily. Anytime you make
on here, or any 2 from 160 or whatever it was, is gaining on the field.
Absolutely.
Right, 380-yard par 4. We're now both level par. This is a good driving hole up the hill. You just got to kind of hit it dead straight. A little bit of draw is perfect. You kind of dog legs left. The more you hug the left, the better. But you do want to hit this fairway because the green is very tilted with tiers.
Yeah.
So even from the fairway, it's not an easy second. From the rough, even harder. Dan's it a lowy, toey hook. I don't know if it is toe, but that's going to be in a bit of trouble. So he's run up by these trees, needs a lie there. Strike or not?
Not a lot of anything there.
Yeah, so didn't strike it?
Right off the toe.
Yeah, it looked like a toe fly.
So, you're always being quite aggressive and positive up this hole, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, because I'm not very long, you could argue I'm
always going for it.
Because I haven't got anything else, have I? But I haven't really got the option of easing off that much. So I'm going to aim at those trees there and just take pitch draws into the middle kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a good job.
Perfect. Just start at the right and just drawing back to the middle.
Yeah.
That's good. Well done.
We have a Dan. We have a situation. So we need a Yadas. I'm calling 1.8 something. 1.82. Maybe 1.75. 1.73. My calls are hilarious, aren't they? Literally, I call like 7 numbers and hope one of them hits.
Actually, that's 1.82 on the slope.
Oh, it is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please. Matt's watching this. He'll be right proud of me. Have you got a swing? Got the 1 length 4, I'm guessing. Yeah, so what are you doing here? Let's have some assessment, please. So you've got this tree, but you've also got that tree.
I think that's just eliminated my shot that I was thinking there.
You're now going to go low hook out.
I can't get a swing around the hooking side of things, so I'm just going to pitch out as far up as I can get it.
Okay, so it's a proper bailout. He's going to pitch out just up kind of in front of him, because he hasn't really got anything. Yeah, that's very good. So he's at a low drawing pitch, just over the 150 here. He'll have like 90 in, could still get away with a par here. It's a good hack out that. 129.
A very good drive for you here.
129.
You're getting some yardage nowadays, aren't you?
I'm happy with that uphill.
Yeah, it's good.
It's winter rules.
Again, like it's wet, you know, that it's still dewy and that ball is not running as much as it would do if it was dry.
So I'm going 9 iron.
Just to take the spin off a bit?
No, I'm going to go like hold off 9 iron, not big shoulder turn.
Okay.
So more like I've been playing, just like a pitch almost.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's just my wedge is not going to get there with all the slope bailing off at the front.
Yeah.
Do we know what tier that's on?
That looks top tier to me.
Isn't it? So I'm going to play like a 130 yardage, more to 135 almost.
And straight at it.
That'd be huge.
Does that go in?
It was so on it, wasn't it?
That, like, it looked like it just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the back bank or if it's very close. I think like the flag was literally like that.
Oh, hang on, coming through.
Oh, that was straight. So 79 yards for Dan, fairway ball. Loft of wedge.
Got my 56.
56. We don't know where mine is. And obviously, I'm not really watching you. I'm watching you as a gauge. So I'm in my when I used to play in medals way.
Yeah.
So I would
you're
know.
still playing against the golf course more.
Well, I would know where you sit in the realms of the golfers that we're playing against.
Okay.
And I would know. I would be thinking in my head, if I'm staying with Dan.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy because that's a standard I want to play to too.
Right. Okay. So
does that make sense?
Yeah,
so and then, but I also feel because I have an arrogance and a competitive side, I'm feeling like really I want to sneak ahead of Dan.
Yeah.
Like I want to get one under to his level.
Are you doing that with players that you play, like different players of different standards?
Yeah, like if I was playing back in the day, say with Stuart Little, who's going to win lots of the West Region events, I'd be thinking, well, if I'm sticking with Stuart, unless he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Because obviously we play this course today, and the scoring is X.
Yeah.
We play tomorrow, and the wind blows. It moves, but you don't know what it moves to, you guess. But so again, I'm playing with the people, I'm gauging it. So if Stuart's 2 over today and I'm 1 or 3 over, he looks like he's playing all right.
Yeah.
Today's tough. But I am still very much, like, I'm not competing against you in my head. Does that make sense? Because I know after the cut we're not going to play together.
Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to get through each stage. But I'm very much against the course.
Yeah. I'm the same.
So I wouldn't feel hard done by if you get luck in a medal. Yeah. Like I'm happy that you get luck or not, because the course kicks us in the bum all the time. Match play, it hurts more.
Yeah. You see, I lose a lot of the time when I'm playing in tournaments and things. But the guys I'm playing with, I kind of lose track of what they're doing.
Yeah, you're totally in your own.
So I'm not really, I'm just literally playing against the golf course.
Yeah.
I sometimes just completely forget what even their score is.
Yeah. Just hung it out a little. As long as it's pin high, that is a par putt.
Not bad, I think that'd be alright for yardage.
Yeah, well
A
done.
little bit right again.
Yeah. Par putt for Dan from about, what we calling that, 25 foot?
Yeah.
This has been now de-dewed, this green. That's a very good putt. Tap him in. So I'm going to have to be, I'm already now thinking about my pace of putt. Tap him in. Greens are looking great.
They're good now, aren't they?
Oh, now, well done, Jace. So I landed past the pin. So I'm definitely starting to feel. Do you know what I mean?
Biting you, like, but this to me, this is standard you.
Yeah, rubbish.
Not rubbish, it's not rubbish, it's just like...
Not long enough. What?
Those putts that just don't quite get there, and, you know... But what I like though is you're always giving yourself that opportunity, that chance. Because I see this as a good chance. Just moved off the top, didn't it?
Yeah,
just moved off the top.
Couldn't get it left out of that. Yeah. Right, I said level your one over, but I just can't get under par, and I am having so many chances. Standard, everyone who watches these, you'll see this pattern a lot.
Yeah.
It's not my putting though. I need 30 more yards. I'm going to be closer more often. I'm going to have the odd two-putt birdie. That's what they're doing. The guys I play with, the tour players, that's what they're doing. Yeah. Where am I aiming it, Danny boy?
The way you're hitting it, you're going straight over that bunker in front of us.
Yeah, that's not
the
too
line.
far left.
Sorry?
That's not too far left.
No, you... I don't think so. I think you're just going to be, with today the way it's playing, I think you're going to be short anyway, so okay. You'll be just chipping up the green from there.
Oh, I tried a different turn and it worked, but I didn't get the shape. Needs a lie in there.
Yeah, it does in there, 'cause that's not, depending on where that pin is, it's not good in there.
I tried to take my draw away, and I did.
Yeah, you got rid of that.
But I needed to start up the left. That's a classic right between two swing forks, that. That's where practice comes in, you just learn your patterns more. Right, Danny boy. Driver as well. He's going to take the line I was trying to take. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good. He's right side of the bunker, and if that carries...
Go.
Yes, perfect. That's what I was right. Yeah, that's really good.
See,
I reckon you can get very close today down here.
The thing is, like, I mean, I look back now, 9 months ago,
you're patting it down.
I'm hitting it at that bunker on the left, yeah. And I'm hitting a low cut.
I know.
And I'm leaving myself
9 irons,
easily 9 irons
yeah.
and 8 irons in.
Where you're flicking that.
Where I'm now, I mean, that's just such a different shot, isn't it?
This statement's going to backfire, because I'm going to have no lie, right?
Yeah.
If we get down there, and I'm probably a wedge away, and I can hit the green,
yeah,
I'm going to hit this shot every time. Why would I go for a 9-iron where I can hit a wedge, and the wedge is 9 times out of 10, even if I hit it in the crap, I can get it on the green.
Yeah.
That'll backfire because I'm going to be chipping out, but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. So 84 yards in the
chipping low runner.
Chipping low runner. I mean, it's all right here, isn't it? You're far enough down that you've passed a lot of all the big trouble.
It's not great though. Like, I would want to hit this fairway more than not, because again, my skill is going to be trying to win back on accuracy.
Yeah. So you just got to keep it below this little pine tree in front of you, really, haven't you?
Yeah. So it's the height, which I'm not as worried about, because I'm going to hit a 6-iron, which I feel like is going to be coming down almost when it gets there.
Yeah.
It's the wet dew to then the quick green.
Quick green, and then the runoff of the hind.
Yeah. So,
that's the danger.
I'm just trying to get this down there so I can 2-putt par now.
Go on, go on, go on. You strike that or not?
Yeah, I just didn't hit it hard enough. It's a shame.
Was that just because of the thought of the drop off behind and all of what was going on?
Just lack of feel. Yeah, I reckon you put 10 balls down here, that's going to be near my worst for judging distance. So just not a well executed shot, but all the ideas were there.
36 yards.
36 yards, middle of the fairway, in the driving seat. I'm still 25 or 20 out chipping. Definitely can get back to level here with a good up and down, and that's what your brain would be thinking, was it not?
Yeah, absolutely. This is up and down.
Gained with your tee shot, and you're now going to then try and gain with your pitch, or not lose with pitch, and then not lose with the putt in theory, and you've got a birdie. Nice nip, out to the right, release. Yeah, decent. Could have been more aggressive.
It's one of those, it's one of those shots here where, because the green, it can skip on here a lot.
Yeah.
You get it onto that front edge and it can shoot forward a lot on you.
Yeah. Decent shot.
So my shot in just a fraction weak for a pitch from 35 yards away. Mark coming in now. He's got plenty of green to work with. It's all running towards us though, so anything he gets sort of too far forward, it might just shoot forward on him, but it's a pretty straightforward shot, to be fair. Steady, yeah, there it is, you see it just bounces there and just runs on from that position. It's all downhill towards us.
Ouch! I stopped looking then.
You strike that right. It looked like a good shot.
I thought it was going to be there,
yeah,
but
just
greens have a nice
runs away
to them, don't they?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Looking for par now. Again, just probably moving off his left side slightly uphill. Yeah, well done.
You can see
it
why
was fighting.
You can see why so much of my game and feelings over the year put so much emphasis on this length putt.
Yeah.
One mistake and I'm just straight in that, and that can be. I've had not much longer than that for birdies on lots of the holes, and I'm putting them all together. I'm coming in going, you know, I played well there, hold a few 6-footers.
Yeah.
No, it should have been for birdie as a drive. It's not, the putt's irrelevant. Right, down for birdie to go back to level as well. In. Very good.
Yeah.
Good drive. Nice second. Good putt. Very good.
That.
Yeah, very good. Right, 273, par 4 uphill to the hole, both at level.
So they normally do go back, like it's.
Yeah, it can get way back there, but obviously we're just a weekday. They don't want to just
stuff,
waste.
They bring it a bit further forward.
Tees on, just, you know, they're moving them around. Right, so we're definitely. I'm thinking I want a birdie finish at the minute.
Yeah, I'm with you. Certainly a birdie up here.
Want to what will happen? Different, but that's what I want in my head. Driver Dan's drawing it onto the green, maybe slightly overdrawn if it doesn't kick straight, but good.
That's on that, that's good, that's running up to the pin, that.
Good shot, great shot. You can see it, can you?
Yeah, it took a bounce, like just on the front.
Yeah.
And jumped up the slope, and then it's
perfect. 2-putt birdie.
Towards the, yeah.
Lovely.
Can you see how my mindset starts to change though? When I get going, I almost like get this sort of I get very, like, I call it my terrier style, like I'm nipping away all the time now.
Yeah.
Like I'm completely in, I want to make birdies mode.
Well, I think you need to let go of your anxiety. Like you talk about your anxiety with us a lot on and off camera, more off.
Yeah.
It's definitely in your life, in everything, isn't it? It's an inbuilt thing.
Yeah, definitely.
We talk about slow starts. Army, look. Can I out? No, Matt's not here today,
There's
boys.
a few of them here. Look at them.
Right.
Oh,
Nice.
they're going to be upset, aren't they? He's not here.
I think you want to just get out there and start. That's the strokes game for like just get out there and start going for it from the start. Hit it hard and go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You hit it rubbish in the first two, and you're exactly where I thought you would be, which is kind of where we're around the same.
Mm. Come on then, let's get that nice turn shot of yours. That new move. I like that. Good shape for this hole. Get it up there. Oh, just that starting position still too far or too straight.
Yeah, it's a pull draw that. I need to go the other way, turn more and then try and get that way more.
Yeah.
Chipping and putting.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
So now we're just left with a bit of work here, haven't you?
Yeah, you've hit a great tee shot.
I've got mine on.
Definite. So I need to pitch, but again, it's just a weak drive. 2 weak drives are making me having to really start pedaling. And again, you've got to play to your skills. My skill is direction generally.
So how much gain do you think you're getting from this new move, yardage wise?
Oh, I reckon it's, if you get 2 good shots, I reckon it's a club to a club and a half. So if you think about it,
it's a worthwhile.
Yeah, so if the tee shot goes 5-6 yards further,
yeah,
and the second shot's going 5-6 yards further, that's then 12 total.
Easy, yeah.
So it's a club to club and a half, and sometimes 2 if you like get the one where. So when we've done some club testing, like I'm hitting it straight, I'm hitting the line, so I'm just getting like more confident,
yeah,
and going more and more and more. Like this one, I've just missed the fairway over there, so it's hard on this one. I've got to really commit, which I try to, but you always have this slight hold back, don't you?
Yeah.
60 degree, 56 take, up and down needed to stay the day, boy. Skinny.
Oh, hold on.
No. Just call it skinny, rubbish.
A little clean.
Yeah, not very good.
Yay, Mark, just chipping back onto the green. I had a good shot in there, just past that pin there. I knew it was running up there.
What a rubbish pitch.
Boys are just doing a bit of work over there. Look, we're getting a new little driving range area going in there. Torquay, that's lovely. Looking forward to that. Yeah, this is a need. He needs to get this up and down here. Running it down. That's a good chip there. Again, a lot of swing there, wasn't there?
Yes, this green's ferocious, isn't it?
A lot of swing there. Tap that into the par.
Oh, that didn't go in.
No.
Right, let's have a 2, Danny boy. Come on,
nice.
3-shot swinger. Ouch. Right, Dan coming down with slope. Great drive. Must have had a look at the hole. So 2 putts gets him to 1 under. It's mine now 1 over. I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, nice little defensive. So quick coming down. You've got no other option. You could so easily run that past going for that.
Easily, yeah. Ridge that runs around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around this cup.
Tap him in. Very good, 1 under. Very good start. Considering, did you get the 2 over or were you 1 over?
I got the 2, I think.
Yeah.
Did I get the 2?
I think you did.
How many birdies have I
You've had a few birdies now.
I've done 2 back to back.
Yeah, you've had 4 birdies.
Don't like to talk
9
about it or
holes,
anything,
8 holes.
Don't like to talk about that.
Yeah. 162, 7 iron again. Glad I didn't bring my 7 iron.
Good job you didn't bring that, wasn't it?
Pin tuck back right. Going at it. Dan wants 2 under, or are you middling the greening?
No, I'm going to try and work into it. So I'm going to start it on that little signpost on the road there. Can you see in the background?
Yeah, and then just cut it in.
Hopefully just let it drift off that.
Like that.
What I'm thinking, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's dead straight, isn't it? Middle of the green.
Is it?
Decent shot. You'll have a sniff at a putt. Take it.
So you're going to be taking dead aim here?
Yeah. I think I would, regardless, to be honest.
Yeah, so you still going with that sort of drawy approach?
I'm going to try and not draw it as much.
No.
Which doesn't mean I'm still going to turn as much, but I'm going to try and turn more on it.
Anything right of this flag, if you end up sort of 5 paces right, you can end up in a bit of a run-off stroke drop-off down there. So it's a really well-positioned flag. Just started at the flag and turned in.
Yeah, it's a full draw again. Happy with the strike, just need to get my starting direction sorted a little.
He's eyeing this up.
Well, I'm thinking 2 putts still, because I'm feeling 1 over, hitting it fine, but working on a few things. Like, I'm happy.
Okay.
And obviously this is 9 holes. If we were doing, like, it would be 18 holes on a 72-hole tournament. So I would still be thinking 2 putts, 1 over, 9 more to go, hitting the ball the way I am. I can shoot level or under doing this, but I don't need to push this. And then obviously if we were playing against each other, well, unless you 3 putt. But again, even when we play match play, I'm selfish. I'm still thinking about how I'm playing. Does that make sense? Like, I want to beat you, but I'm happy. 1 over for 9, the way I've been feeling, I'm like happy with. 2 over would be I'd be angry considering how I've hit it.
So this is all running. This is all downhill. So this can get away from you, and as it gets past this pin, it's sort of a run off behind us, which is then very slopey. So you're only a little bit past the pin, and it's gone. That's pretty good. Go, 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 go. And it's one of those where you don't want to throw it too much at this flag.
That was in the middle.
That was right in the middle. Right in the middle.
If anyone was wondering what the middle looks like, hold that one. Come on, 3 birdies to finish. That would be a good, strong finish. Yeah, absolutely. So are you thinking about run-offs at the back, or are you just thinking I think
you have to. I think you've got to be aware that there is.
And again, if you were playing 72 holes or playing for a 36-hole cut, you can't, like 1 under doesn't mean going for 2 over, and then going back to level, does it?
Absolutely right. Same sort of mindset of viewers, really. What you were saying.
It's up the left, isn't it, and just feed it down there.
Yours was barely moving. It's a bit of a duff.
It's fine, just needs to go. It was on line, but it's a simple tap in for a very solid 1 under from what you played. Well done, well played, Dan.
Thank you.
Let's go and see what strokes gained say.
Yeah,
be interesting to see our numbers.
Will be good to see that.
So we've looked at the stats. It's really interesting, isn't it?
Amazing.
I mean, if I was
amazing.
If I was to assess myself there, so I would feel like I drove the ball quite well, but then I let myself down on 2 holes where I wanted to drive it. Like, I know I could capitalise, and I just gave shots away. But I felt like I hit the ball pretty solid. In a hole, wasn't really hacking. I had 1 or 2 hack outs actually off tee shots, which again for me is like, that's where I'm going to win. I felt like I putted pretty averagely to maybe poor, even though I holed a putt when I needed to. But I felt like I wasn't, even though I had birdie putts on holes I should be birdieing, I was like the par 5 and the short par 4s, I was always like struggling.
I think I got off to a very shaky start, and then I got the bit between my teeth, and off I went with it from there. So I would say that my driving was below average for me.
Yeah.
If I took a normal round of golf compared to that today, I would say that my putting was about normal. That's kind of what I normally do. I always have a 3-putt thrown in there somewhere, but I'm always quite a far distance on the first putt, should we say. So that was what you saw there today. It pretty much sums me up in a round of golf in a tournament style.
Yeah.
Generally get off to a bit of a tricky start, and then my round will literally do this all the way around.
Yeah, so if we look at the stats then, so we got strokes gained. So we got strokes gains for both of us on all disciplines.
Yeah.
So if we look at driving to start us off, what was yours and what was mine, losses or gains?
So my driving, my gain was 3.6.
Compared to mine?
Compared to yours of 3.3.
Which is interesting, isn't it? Because I knew it while drives and were chipping out trees, and I did as well. So similar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have particularly came off that round thinking, and again not following your round because I'm thinking about my game, but I wouldn't have come off that round thinking you drove better than me per se, but you blatantly did. By 0.3.
By 0.3. I think I've just gained on you on a couple of bigger drives, I think, where you've maybe not capitalised on. I've gone beyond you so much that maybe that's pushed the numbers
absolutely.
From there.
Approach play. So I'm 0.7 gain. Okay.
So 0.7 gain for me, whereas you're 1.4 gain.
So my approach play, and that felt like that to me, apart from a bit like the shapes weren't quite where I wanted them, I felt like I was hitting the ball quite close for me from distances. But what's quite interesting is that I was hitting the ball close with 7-iron, 6-iron, 9-iron off the top of my head. Missed 1-7, last 7-iron was pretty average. And I made 1 birdie. And you made how many birdies? 4?
So I made 4, I made 2 back-to-back birdies, so I made 4
birdies, but with worse approaches. So where are your gains coming from those? What
so I think I've hit so my short gain, again, I've got a gain on this, is at 0.3.
And putting?
Putting I gain again at 0.5, so I've gained right the way through the game.
Wow, and this is against a scratch handicapper, is the average. And then what's my gains or losses on
so
short game?
Your short game is a loss of 0.6.
That's chipping. Yeah, and I would put that there.
Yeah. And then your putting, this is what shocks me. 3. You lose 3 to the field.
Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, I missed the 2-foot putt, doesn't it? Does it?
But it's the thing with it is how you've hit some good golf shots in there today.
Yeah.
To within that sort of 7 to 9 foot area, which is good.
Yeah.
And that's where you're not picking up from that, if that makes sense. So you're not gaining on the field, you're gaining from your approaches, and then you're not capitalising on those gains that you're getting from.
Well, I'm giving it back. There are people holding those 6, 7, 9 footers.
Yeah.
So I need to practice my putting in theory, that's saying, is it?
I'm not sure about that. Would you,
Well, I think I could, let's say, so I'm 1 over to your 1 under. And I feel on another day, you can always do another day, I could quite easily be level to your 1 over. I don't miss 2-foot putts very often.
No, you don't.
So if you're going to miss a 2-foot putt every 25 putts or 40 putts, that just happened to be one of them there.
Yeah.
If I start missing more, I'll assess that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a percentage of miss ones of those.
But if I think if we went and did that round again, I think, and you're in that position, I could see you holing at least 2 of those putts that you've missed there.
Well, from those numbers, right, for you to be gaining, so you're gaining on chipping and then you're gaining on putting, which is impressive, and I'm losing on chipping, losing on putting. It shows for me, which is what I would get from that round all day long, is that round to me would show the potential to go low.
Yeah.
On that length of course.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing, so if the 11th sums it up for me, so the 11th, long par 4 around the corner, I hit a great drive and then 7-iron on, you hit a pretty average drive, scraped it low, hit the tree, got on there, you actually 3-putted, but you could have easily 2-putted that. I didn't have a huge advantage there, the two short par fours where I'm in my element there, 270 and like 3 and 4, 6 downhill.
Yeah.
That's my general skill.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling more that if you think about it, if I drove the 17th, which I know I can do with ease,
Yeah.
I feel like I would knock it greenside complex more than not if you gave me more balls. And then the other one where I was chipping out the trees, like normally I would knock that similar to down where you are. There are my two shots straight off the bat with just two drives. Where I think I could go out there and practice my putting all day, and how many 8-footers and 6-footers I'm going to make, well, it's just going to be so random.
Yeah.
But how many times I'll drive before par 4, I can have a 2-putt birdie, or if I can do that 6, 7 times out of 10, which I believe I could, that's what I've got to keep going and doing. So for me, I would see more, definitely work on putting. I could hold more putts, but absolutely keep irons where they are, but just get driver where I know it needs to be for my length. I can't be giving shots away. I mean, on 2 very short par 4s, I gave a shot away.
Yeah.
Where you gain 2 shots on those holes, and there's your difference for me.
So, if I'm looking at detail into yours, though, I mean, I think about first par 4 down the hill. You know, I'm trying to defend your putting here to a degree.
Yeah.
First par 4 down the hill, you got a pretty straightforward bunker shot there.
Yeah.
Which you haven't. I don't think you feel like you've got it close enough
Totally
from
not,
where you're at. You've then even the par 5 where you've got 95 yards. You know, you've hit a good shot. You've hit a good shot in there. Probably the only snag there is that you've come out of the rough and it's just popped off a little, and you've lost a little bit of control on that shot there. But again, that pitch shot that you played, and I think, to be fair, you were a little bit short-sided on 17.
Yeah.
So where you had to go up and over that bunker coming out of rough,
Yeah.
it was very difficult because it was the landing on the downslope.
Yeah.
But you didn't quite execute the shot how you wanted it to. So in defence of your putting, I would be wanting to try and get you closer from you capitalising, so you're getting it to within 50 yards of the green.
Hitting better tee shots.
Yeah.
And then for your round, what I think is really interesting is how well you capitalise when the opportunity's there. So on the long par 4s where you hit your bad tee shots and you got punished on both of them, you bogeyed both.
Yeah.
So you basically just gave me £10 for both of those 2 holes, if you like. But you are confident enough and good enough to go, have your 10 quid.
Yeah.
Because when we get on those short par 4s, I'm going to do what I know I can do.
Yeah.
And you did it.
Yeah.
You birdied them both.
Yeah.
Because 4 birdies in 9 holes is impressive, but it shows you how hard you're working and then pulling it off at the right times in those situations, which I think in the vlogs is what we're calling luck. So it's not luck, it's that you have blows.
Yeah.
Like you say, you're kind of this way, but then when you get in a situation to capitalise, you absolutely
I'm dealing with it
well.
Yeah. But
definitely would make you feel that you should stay positive, I hope.
well, even in the short period of time, and I've just bought his book.
Yeah.
So even in the short period of time of me now understanding shots gained, there's one part in the early part of his book where he talks about, you know, you understand it. When you start to understand the numbers, it actually starts to change the way you approach the game.
Totally.
And what he says early on is that in previous time, and I would be an absolute prime example of this, as would a lot of regional golfers, good golfers that are regional. Yeah. And I've spoken to lots of those guys about how they feel on the golf course and all these sorts of things. I put too much emphasis on the feeling of how I am for that. I've not got enough of a strategy to go and play that golf course. Now that I feel like I'm hitting it longer, and I'm now wanting to capitalise on the gains that I've got off the tee in the last 9 months. And I think you just saw it out there today.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, I wouldn't have got it to within 30 yards of that green on 7-16, and I wouldn't have driven it past the pin on, you know, knocked it on the green on 17. I'm just tapping, and then it's just literally chip and putt, isn't it? Or
Totally.
2-putt.
Totally.
And there's 2 easy birdies.
And this plays into my point on 18. Looking at those strokes gained, I would totally I'd be excited about getting into that back 9.
Yeah.
Like 1 over on the front 9, I'd feel like I've let myself down, I've been robbed through my own lack of hitting good shots. Nothing's robbed me, I've not been unlucky, I've done it myself.
Yeah.
So my brain will be thinking, you know, I'm not going to miss a 2-foot putt again, that was just silly. And if you give me those par 4s again, which I know I might get one on the front nine,
Yeah.
I will now, I can't keep it in those bad shots. I'm going to hit a good one.
Yeah.
So I would be going into that back nine, looking at those strokes gained with this feeling up, just feeling like, well, if we carry on like this, I'm going to shoot the round I feel I can. I'm going to be level par or slightly under. There's birdies. If I'm gaining my approach shots, which I feel like I am, let's get on that first. It's a drive and a wedge. Let's get on that second. It's an 8-iron. Let's hold it on the next hole. I know the 5th is a drive and a wedge. Come on, let's get out there. I can do this.
So very similar to what you were kind of saying about me starting off. So I started off slowly.
Yeah.
Made a couple so I've gone to 2 over.
Yeah.
But you were saying to me in the buggy, or whether you said it on camera or not in the buggy, you said, but I know you're going to get going in a minute.
Yeah.
And that's almost the same with you, as you've been a bit up and down on the front nine, but then bang, you feel like you've got the confidence to go into the back nine saying, yeah, there's some hints of good stuff there. I can learn from that. Yeah. And then make it up on the back nine.
Yeah. Interesting. Post comments down below, let me know what you think. That was good fun, and definitely the more I look at strokes gained as I apply it to our games, there's just so much you can learn and ways of building up your confidence if you take the emotion out and just look at the data. As always, in the comments down below.